We are live,
We're
I think.
live. Yep, we are good to go.
Nice. We made it through I feel like, man, I feel like it's either me having the technical issues
Yeah.
or something it seems has to go wrong every time. I don't know why.
Yeah, so my stream, we have like this whole thing about it's called Mr. Technical Nader, which is just like every stream I have some technical difficulty that goes down. It
Oh my
never fails.
gosh.
And so I have a whole thing that like I have one of those sound bit things, and when I press it, it just like says the words Mr. Technical Nader strikes again. And I swear I have to use it every time. It drives me nuts. I'm always having technical difficulty issues.
Oh, hey, it's fine. At least you can figure out how to do input and output of audio.
Yeah.
I think I finally, yeah, I think I finally got that figured out. It just took me a few months, but you never know how it goes there. But what is up, everybody? We are calling all nerds, and you have answered the call, the beacon in the sky, if you will. We are your friendly neighborhood hosts that talk about everything within the entertainment zeitgeist, and we are so excited to talk about some amazing stuff tonight, particularly around another spoiler cast for the MCU universe. Or really, I don't know why I said universe after MCU, since it stands for Marvel Cinematic Universe. But whatever.
Universe.
Yeah, universe. But Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So this is going to be pretty much what we talk about tonight. Just kind of like what we did with WandaVision, we're going to give spoiler-free thoughts on the final episode and the show as a whole. And then what we think is going to be next, which after just our overview thoughts of the series, we're going to go into spoilers. So at that point, we'll alert everyone that hasn't finished the show yet to either stop listening or come back to this point once you have finished the show. But we'll kind of get into our analysis on what we think was working, what we think didn't work, and then we'll just go to our regular scheduled programming of telling you about.
It sounded like something just popped on Max's end, and it just like all audio went away. Again, technical issues as always. But I think what he was going to say is that we're going to go back to our regular scheduled of just talking about what we thought about spoiler wise in the show.
The main topic.
Oh, and he's back.
Oh no, did I drop out again?
Yeah.
Gosh darn it. I thought we were over this. When did I drop out?
Probably for like 6 seconds.
Like, what was the last thing I said?
And then we're going to go back to our regular schedule. And that was it.
Programming. Darn it. Oh, it's going to be that kind of night. It's all good. No, we'll make it work.
That's
at least
right.
I got through most of the monologue there.
Yeah, there we go.
But I was going to ask Tyler, before we dive into this, do you have a question for the week?
I do not actually. Do you have anything on the top of your head, maybe?
Oh man, I'm trying to think. These are getting harder to think of.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. What is just because you're delving into this world in real life right now, what is your favorite skateboard trick?
My favorite skateboard trick? Oh, that's actually a really good one. Yeah, so I guess for those listening, I've been recently getting back into doing skating. I think one of my favorite back in the day was I don't know if they're called impossibles. They might be. I feel like they were always called impossibles on like Tony Hawk and stuff.
Okay.
But like it's so cool. So like you ollie, so you're like in the air, and then like the way the board flips, it's almost like it rolls around like your ankle, and it stays like attached to your ankle the whole time.
What? How do you do that?
Yeah, it's really cool. It just like flips around your foot. It's pretty neat. It's probably one of my favorite tricks. And I guess
Dang.
they call it the impossible because it's just like meant to be really tough and like difficult.
Defies the laws of gravity.
It kind of does. Like I always, I did aggressive inline, which was rollerblading, And the concept of doing that makes more sense to me than skateboarding, because like you strap into your skates and they don't leave you. So when you grind and you jump off, like your skates always stay. When you like do flips and stuff, you know, your skates don't just like pop off. But then
Right.
when I see like a skateboarder, and the skateboarder will like, they'll spin 360. They'll also like kick flip, which is where like the board flips. And it's like they
Okay.
still can spin, and like the board spins with them even though it's not attached to them, and then they can like land perfectly. It always just felt so like gravity defining. It's like, how does that piece of wood like stay with you? Like you would think, oh, I get air, my body spins 360, but my board is probably just gonna like go somewhere else because it's not attached to me. It's just,
Right.
and the impossible is one of those tricks where it's like, how does it like, how does it just like glide around your ankle like that and not just like yeet away and like you lose it?
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I have no idea how someone would do that. Like that. I mean,
No.
yeah. I feel like I honestly don't know too much about skateboarding. Like I've seen some X Games, I've seen, you know, some movies around it, but like it's really cool, and I'm not really good at skateboarding, but
It's
that sounds like a
difficult.
really cool trick.
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult task, but they like, I don't know, there's so many like encouraging skateboarders, which I feel
Yeah.
like before, like skateboarding, and or not even just skateboarding, like if you were a quote unquote skater, there was kind of like a weird stigmatism attached to you that you're just like this bad boy who's like really mean and aggressive.
Right.
But I feel like nowadays, I mean that still exists. Like there still are people that are like that. But
Mm.
there's also like a really cool movement going on right now where it's like anyone can skate no matter what your age, what your demographic. Like we're all just like a big loving family almost in a way. And like we're here to help you and teach, and just like, I don't know, it's just kind of cool that it seems like it's becoming more inclusive rather than exclusive.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So even like someone like me that couldn't do anything more than probably glide down the road would be welcome.
No, I mean for sure. I can only do like, I can really only do two tricks really well, and then one trick is like a 50-50 if I can actually do it or not. And I don't know, I'm still like pretty encouraged to do it. I think it's like a fun random thing to do, because you're just like, all you need is your little skateboard, some flat ground, and you could just start doing some tricks. I always thought that was kind of neat.
Nice. I love that.
Did you try skating at all?
You know, I tried skating a little bit in high school, but never really got into it. You know, I grew up ice skating a lot in Alaska when
That's right.
when Julie and I were living up there, and I really enjoyed doing that. So I feel like skateboarding normally would be something I'd be into, because I did snowboarding up in Alaska as well. I just, for some reason, just never got into it. I feel like I could do it pretty well, since the other two kind of came semi-naturally. Like it definitely took a little bit of time, but if I can balance like that, I feel like it's the same as it would be for like rollerblading or skateboarding, I feel like in some ways.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm saying that just as someone who hasn't skateboarded in years. So,
Yeah.
but at the time, like, I mean, I really enjoyed, like, I would just kind of cruise down the road whenever I skateboarded with some of my friends. I got like an old skateboard from one of my neighbors after he got his new one, and I like played around with that a few times, but never like really used it all that often. Which I'm kind of sad about that now. I kind of think I should give it another shot, because it could be kind of fun to do that around Hudson and see if he likes it too.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe
Once
your
he's old
son
enough
will
to
like,
skateboard.
maybe your son will get into it or something. Never know.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. I think I might try that out. I'll see if I have it some in our boxes that we never opened after movie.
Yeah, that would definitely be neat.
Oh yeah.
Well, sweet. I was curious too. Do you have do you have like any small topics at all that we want to like say before we go? Because I know like when we did WandaVision, we had like a little bit. I didn't myself, but I didn't know if you like kept track of any news that was kind of going on before we just dove right in.
I can give a few quick video game news of about. One being, it looks like Discord is not moving forward with Microsoft. I don't know if you saw that.
Nice. I did not know.
Yeah, so let me see if I can find something here. Because I had read this on IGN the other day. But I thought that was very interesting. I wonder why it fell through.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Discord is not. Yep. Discord ends acquisition talks with Microsoft. It said the $10 billion offer could be rekindled in the future, but it's decided to remain independent at this time, according to the Wall Street Journal.
Wow, good for them.
I know, because they were being offered a huge amount of money. But I guess there's really not much to talk about it, just because not much information has been given to the public.
Yeah.
But they just at this time kind of decided against it, which, some of that I'm sure probably came from like backfire from the public of being like, no, like don't do this. Like, so maybe they looked at that as a reason not to take the money. But we'll see. You never know.
Yeah, that's cool. It's almost like sticking it to the man. That's a tough, I will say it's a tough sum to deny, but that's pretty cool.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like, if you're already making enough money to kind of do the things you want to do, why do you need more money? I don't know. As someone that doesn't make millions of dollars every year, I don't understand the need for that.
This now gives Discord a value, if anything, because like,
oh yeah,
they may not have really even known what they were worth, but it could be like you said, they were just making enough for what they needed. They were like, oh yeah, we're fine. We're making plenty of money. But now that Microsoft said that puts a number out there for other corporations, and they're like, oh, okay, so Discord, they're worth 10 billion, huh? And maybe a company will come around that the people of Discord support more, like maybe it's like a better company in their eyes. And now they don't really have to question too much about how much they're worth, because they'll be like, well, hey, Microsoft wanted us for 10 billion. What can you do?
That's very true. Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what happens. It could very much just, like you said, be a power play that maybe like they're wanting to see if they'll offer more.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, good on them if they're able to get that from Microsoft. I know Microsoft can definitely afford it. So maybe that'll be something that they look into. You never know. It kind of goes back to like, I forget what the sum was, but like how George Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney for like, I can't even remember how much it was. Like, I want to say 4 billion, but like, I can't remember if it was that little. I'm not sure, but it's kind of one of those things there that's very interesting. And really the other big piece of news I wanted to give was, it looks like, Spider-Man, like the movie franchises, will actually come to Disney Plus moving forward, but only after Netflix has their contract time with them. Because right now what's happening is Netflix is teaming up with Sony so that all of their like Sony releases will be on Netflix first after like theatrical release. So that includes like the Uncharted movies, Spider-Man's, you name it. But then it sounds like Disney set up a secondary deal as well, so that after Netflix has their time with the movies, it'll go to Disney Plus to live on.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of exciting. It's also just weird. I don't know. Like,
yeah,
I feel like we're very quickly coming to an age of like, are DVDs even going to be a thing anymore, or are things just going to be streamable whatever device you have? I feel like DVDs are starting to die off.
Yeah, I hit up Walmart recently, Julie and we just even noticed from then like how much less. It's like the CDs hit first, and then now DVDs are getting struck now, and then oddly vinyl's coming back.
Right, that's what I'm wondering too. Is like, is like a vinyl thing or some or retro kind of style.
Yeah.
Take the few minutes it takes to put this in your TV or into your DVD player. But yeah, but other than that, man, like that's really it.
Cool.
I feel like, I'm excited because I feel like the gaming news is going to start revving up here.
Yeah.
In the next few weeks. We're heading into the summer.
Yep.
A lot of great stuff is coming out. A lot of big announcements and press conferences are going to be taking hold, and so I feel like the gaming industry is about to really pop here in a few weeks, and I'm really excited to delve into all that when it does, because it's been dead for the last few months.
Yeah, I'm excited for next week's podcast. I don't want to say the games that will be coming out yet, so we can save it for then, but looking at the games coming up forward, at least Returnal will be coming out next Friday, I'll say that much. And then like the May lineup is looking actually pretty decent, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if we were to just go ahead and out of the way, like the upcoming game segment, Returnal looks pretty awesome. From the previews that I've read about it and watched on, people are saying it's like Control meets Hades. So it's basically like a third-person shooter, rogue like. But like in a rogue like where like your character, I didn't really know much about the game other than it was like a really creepy kind of alien infested planet that you land on as a human being, and you die very easily against these creatures. But if you're able to survive long enough, like every time you die, you kind of restart a loop of like waking back up, and you kind of live through the same cycle. And each time you wake up, you learn more about your situation and who you are and why you're there, and from just like different things that you find around the planet. Yeah. And I was like, man, that actually sounds really cool, like some kind of like Metroid Prime kind of deal. And I think I'm going to check it out. I've heard the DualSense like feel with the controller is the best out of any game that's come out thus far.
I just read that now. I'm like on a thing right now, and it's talking about it, how one reviewer said the enjoyment in the way the DualSense controller sucked them into the world.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of rain in the game. A lot of rain. And apparently like when it's like downpours rain, the controller vibrates so that it feels like your hands are being like hit by raindrops or something like that. I'm like, that's so freaking cool.
It's kind of unfortunate that's a PS5 exclusive, because that means a lot of people won't have access to it. But
I know,
since
you still can't find it anywhere. Yeah, I can't wait to read the reviews on it. I'm not sure day one, but I feel like I am going to get it at some point, just because this is really the first like PlayStation exclusive, like big PlayStation exclusive coming out for Q2. So really excited about that.
Yeah, sweet. That's exciting. I'm excited for it. It'll be cool to like see how the reviews start rolling in.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think it's going to be really awesome.
Well, sweet. Okay, so that's some nice content, at least to give people before we dive into spoilers. So like last time, I say last time, like what we did for WandaVision, Max and I are going to kind of talk overview session of how we felt the show was overall. And so if you're listening to this live or listening to this post, we will make sure to tell you all what it was or when the spoiler stuff begins. And actually, I guess before we even go into that, do we want to just start talking about what we played this week in our entertainment, so that those who don't want to get spoiled can at least get that part of the podcast out of the way, and we will just end with only spoilers? Oh, I think it cut out again for him. We'll see what he says. But yes, so like last time in WandaVision, we actually did the podcast in reverse. I forgot about that. So we can go over what we were playing and the entertainment of the week. We'll hit that segment first. Oh,
hey,
he's back.
It's gonna be one of those days, man. No worries.
It's all good.
But yes, I agree with you. I think I saw where we kind of talk on what we're playing in our entertainment of the week, and then
Yes.
that way we can just finish out with Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Cool. All right. Well, mine is pretty easy again this week. I just really played RuneScape because my work week. Oh, actually, I didn't. I actually played PoE, which is Path of Exile. I played. The new season of PoE came out. It was called Ultimatum. I forgot about that. So that is out.
That's right. That's the game that you told me about. That is like releasing free content like every month, right?
Yeah. So they do new. They call them. I think they call them seasons, or I actually don't know the proper term. But yeah, what it is your character never goes away, but whenever a new season begins, you can only trade and like play with those who are in your season. So what it does is like it really helps from an economy perspective apparently, because like you could play legacy mode or you could play seasonal mode, and apparently legacy mode is like hella saturated because it's just been around since the game first existed. So like a lot of people don't like it so much because it's been grinded out so much, and the pricing of things is just really bad. So typically every month or so they create a new season. It's almost like a reset. You make a new character, you find new builds. They'll like nerf classes and buff certain classes, and it's almost like a way to encourage you to start a new character. But they always add something new. So like this time around they added something called ultimatums, where you did these little mini games where hordes of monsters came at you, and you would pick like, oh, do I want to keep going? And if you say you do, you get like a more rare of an item. And then, you know, oh, I want to keep on going. Wow. You get a more rare of an item plus the previous. You keep going. And then it's like your ultimatum to decide when you want to stop, like the gamble almost. And if you die at any of those points, though, you don't get any of the items that you've accumulated up to that point. So it's like the big ultimatum is what they call it. So I was playing that this week because that came out and it was like really fun. I haven't fully gotten into PoE. I really want to, and this season's been really good at like helpful because it's a very overwhelming game. It's one of those like free to play games that just has so much to it. And so it was always so hard because I felt like, oh, I don't know anything. Like, how do I do this? So it was like tough to get into it. But then for whatever reason, this season, it just like clicked for me really well. So I played that as well.
Nice. And correct me if I'm wrong, is Pillars... Path of Exile. Sorry, not Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah, they both have the same acronym.
Oh, man. I know. It's like so confusing sometimes. You were telling me that you like it pretty much. Do you like it as much as like Diablo or any of those other ones? Or
Yeah, I mean, so I definitely played this more than I played Diablo, so I'm not like those who are like hardcore Diablo fans. So to me, I like them both the same. However, I will say that Diablo, you can tell, is made by a big company like Blizzard because it has a lot more visuals and whatnot and a little bit more of a like storyline to it. But I do like it just as much as I did when I've played Diablo since. I wasn't like a original fan by no means, but a lot of these games give you those same vibes. They just kind of did what Diablo's doing. Like you could play something like Torchlight, that's similar to it. Minecraft Dungeons, that's similar to this like style of gameplay.
Was Diablo the one that kind of founded it though? So like a lot of people kind of compare most of these MMOs to Diablo, or is Diablo just the most famous one?
Yeah, I want to say you're correct on that. That's what I think too, is that Diablo kind of started this, but we could be wrong. I think Diablo is kind of the first of its style.
So, gotcha. So Diablo isn't the same style as like World of Warcraft, for example, or anything like that.
No. So it's So Diablo is one version of the game, and then Warcraft is the second version of a game. So Warcraft is a top-down role-playing game where you have units and you control these units and like click certain things to like destroy bases and kill like other enemies, whereas Diablo you control one character and it's just like hordes of monsters come at you, and so all of your attacks are always AoE, which is area of effect. So it's like you always do area of effect damage. So they call it, like hack and slash. So think of like, what are those like Hyrule, like that style, that Hyrule Warrior game where you're like, and you just like, yeah. So think of it like that, just not like. Not like you just smash the button. You more like smash keyboard spells and whatnot. But there's just a bunch of enemies that come at you and you just do a bunch of AoE damage. So that's the main difference between Diablo and Warcraft. But yeah, so it's good. Path of Exile is really nice. I'm glad that they do the updates. It makes it really fun. So. Oh, I think he cut again. But yeah, so that was for the games I was playing. So RuneScape, as always, and then Path of Exile, which I'm hoping to get to the end game content in Path of Exile here soon. We will see. I think I'm like halfway through the storyline, and yeah. Sorry for the intermission here, though, folks. Seems like... Oh,
I'm back.
Sweet, he's back.
I just want to apologize in advance. This probably will keep happening as the night goes on, but I have no idea why. But
we'll make sure to... We should, next week, before Friday, let's just take a day and, like, after work, and we just get on a Discord call, and we'll just, like, mess around with the stuff, get things going.
Yeah. No, I think that sounds good.
So what were you playing this week? Were you getting into anything?
So nothing too new. I've been playing Trails in the Sky still, and then the newest game I've been playing is Mafia Definitive Edition. It was on sale for this like spring sale for PSN, and so I kind of decided to bite the bullet, and I just bought the trilogy. Got it for pretty low price.
Well, it's good that he got it for low price. I wonder what he's thinking right now. Do 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 do. Do 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 da 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 bum bum ba 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 ba.
I'm back. So yeah, so I got it for low price, and it's just awesome. It just honestly plays like a Godfather movie. The acting is really well done, and it's you don't really play a lot of games that are set in like 1930s New York style, and everybody's Italian, like working for the Don, and it's I don't play these kinds of games that often, and so I've really loved it so far.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see how it ends. I'm sure it won't end happily, as these stories usually don't, but I'm very excited to play it and then continue on with 2 and 3 when I have the time.
Yeah.
But the first one was the one that really kind of caught my eye.
Nice. And that's kind of new, right? The definitive edition of that one?
Yeah, it just came out last year. So, I think that was why it kind of caught my attention. Was I saw the trailer for it and I was like, oh dang, like this looks beautiful. Like I kind of want to play this. And like the graphics they're fine. Like I mean, they're nothing to really write home about, but the world of it feels very well lived in, and I really liked that, and the cars.
Nice.
So,
oh yeah,
yeah. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Okay, I'm glad you are enjoying it. It looked really cool.
Yeah.
I saw some people stream it when it first came out.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, it's been really fun.
I'm excited about the entertainment of the week because I see what yours is. So I'm gonna let you say yours for last because yours is really good. Mine's like all right. So my entertainment, it's a hit or miss on if you're gonna like these kind of shows or not. But it's a show called Wicked Tuna, and it's on
Wicked Tuna.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus, or whether you can watch it on live television on like Nat Geo or something like that. And Wicked Tuna is kind of like, you ever see Deadliest Catch? The Deadliest Catch shows the, what do they catch? Like lobsters, right? Or crabs. So Deadliest Catch is like crab fishing, and it's all like extreme and whatnot. And so Wicked Tuna is similar to that, and it's a TV show where these people are like catching tuna, but these tuna are like massive, and there's like a bunch of weather issues and blah 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 blah. But it's really entertaining. I think it's kind of fun. I've always enjoyed watching shows like Deadliest Catch and others because I just think it's really entertaining. And so recently I found the Wicked Tuna show, and Julie and I have been watching it a lot, and it's just like fun entertainment. They're like, it's cool kind of seeing how big these fish are, which is kind of nuts. Right. Yeah. So we're watching Wicked Tuna. It's a fun one, and I've been enjoying it so far. But apparently,
that's awesome.
There's like a lot of episodes of it too, which I was kind of surprised about. It's like still going, I guess. But
okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty fun.
Nice. I like it.
But now yours is a good one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I sleeped on this show last season, really since the fall, I guess. And the show is Jujutsu Kaisen on Crunchyroll. And you've already seen it, right, Tyler?
Yeah, it's gangster.
Oh my gosh, dude. This anime, is probably the best anime I've seen in quite a while. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's Attack on Titan level, but like this is probably the best. I honestly like this shonen more than Demon Slayer.
Yeah, it's baller.
It's like Bleach met Yu Yu Hakusho and just made the perfect modern day version.
Oh no, the modern day what? We'll find out. The modern day. Dun dun dun. We're just adding suspense to the podcast. It makes you want some more. Mm-hmm. These are the perfect sections where I wish we had like a sponsor. Oh, I heard something. Yeah, it'd be great if we had like a sponsor. Just like plug something right now.
I don't think I've ever dropped out this much before.
It might be a record.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if we need to hold off like on the actual spoiler cast until we get this fixed next week or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been cutting out a good bit.
I know. It may not be a bad idea. We reboot the other part of this later. Which kind of stinks, but I apologize to everyone listening live. I don't know why my voice connection keeps dipping terribly, but we'll figure it out later. But yeah, hopefully before I lose my voice connection again. yeah, you know, it just feels like both of those shows met the modern day, and I don't know, like it just feels really raw. Like there's about it, the acting and the characters are so rich, and the comedy in it is so good, but the darkness of it, the just the dark places it goes to is really messed up sometimes. But in a way that like really kind of shines the light on these characters and the goodness that they do for the world. And I can't recommend it enough. If you have Crunchyroll, you need to check out this show. Like there's a reason people are calling it like the next, like they're saying like this Demon Slayer and there's one other show that I can't think of, but they're saying like these two shows are like the top tier of My Hero. Like these are like the new three like and people are watching, and I can see why. Jujutsu Kaisen is just unreal. It's just so good.
And it literally has one of the most beautiful male characters I've ever seen in an anime. The main guy, the
Goji, or...
oh my gosh, he is a gorgeous human being,
dude.
His eyes are so pretty, and his hair looks so cool.
And he knows it too.
Oh
like,
my gosh,
he's
like, so cocky. But like it makes so much sense. Like if you guys watch it, it'll make so much sense. Just look for the character Satoru Gojo. He is beautiful.
Yeah,
he's a cool character.
And just to give like a quick overview of the show, like basically what it is it's you're in this world, but there are curses, like actual like curses brought to materialize life by like negative emotions in the world. And there are people that combat these curses and kind of help humanity from the shadows called Jujutsu sorcerers. And so you kind of meet these characters. Most of them are, of course, in high school. Some of them are adults, but they are all in this like small organization that just kind of guard the world from these unseen forces. Very Yu Yu Hakusho feels and vibes, but has like the style of Bleach in a lot of way. And there's a talking panda, so I don't know what else you could ask for. So, you know, I think it's just absolutely great. I'm only halfway through, but I've already met like the main villain, I believe, who's like all of the negativity of humanity. His name's Mahito. And he's probably one of the most despicable villains I've ever seen in any.
Yeah.
This character, like which is good. Like it's good to have a character that's just so. Like you get like chills every time you see him on screen. You're just like, oh, I'm scared this guy's gonna kill someone else. Like this is so creepy.
Yeah, I sent Max this photo right here of it's a picture of Gojo and then Kakashi doing a fusion, because like literally he's just like Kakashi Sensei, and it's great. I love it.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much.
He definitely is like a modern day Kakashi. Like it's like, because we haven't had a character like Kakashi, I feel like, in animes in a while. This just like his style, and this guy definitely kind of picks up the baton of like Kakashi and like brings it forward.
Absolutely.
So cool.
Absolutely he does.
Yeah, I'm excited. You guys definitely should watch. Anybody listening, if you just randomly get to this point in this podcast and you hear this, please watch that anime. It's really good.
Yeah, it's incredible. Well, let me ask you, Tyler, like how just the connectivity issues we've been having. Should we trek forward, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, as you were just talking, it did just cut out again a little bit, but
dang.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what could have been different nowadays, considering like our last ones, because we haven't had too much of an issue before. Do you notice if anything in like Discord, like does it say like your connection is low or anything?
Yeah, like I can kind of tell now when it dips, when I lose connection, because I have like the little area where it says voice connected, and it gives me like those green bars, and then all of a sudden it just dips down all the way into the red, and it just says like 5,000 something. I don't know.
Yeah, is your router's downstairs, right? Not upstairs?
Yeah, it's downstairs.
Oh, okay, because the one thing I would say that could maybe help is if you had like an Ethernet cable that was like connected to it, but you might be doing the podcast in your laundry room if you did that.
Yeah, unfortunately so. But yeah, I don't know. It was funny because my router, our old one, was from like 2015, and we just replaced it with 2021, and our connection has actually been better than it ever has been before.
Oh, that's good.
For some reason, I guess Discord doesn't agree with me there for the for the podcasting. Although this tends to be I don't know, we may be on the up and up. I'm trying to stay as still as possible.
Yeah.
And I haven't lost connection in more than 5 minutes, so maybe we're okay. I have no idea.
Yeah, we can give it a try. And if we have to ever redo an episode, it'll be fine. I think we can definitely let's just try to get through maybe like a spoiler-free section. We'll see how it goes. And if we have to cut maybe spoilers at a later time, we can, but
yeah, I'm down for it. Yeah, let's see how I do connection-wise.
Okay.
And then if
right when he said that, it cut out. We'll see what we end up doing. I wonder if this is a sign or not, because right when he talked about it, it just like dipped away. Good old internet. So Max has messaged me saying that he jinxed it. This is the perks of trying to do a live show, just truly virtual. Can be kind of tough.
Oh.
Think he's back, maybe? I think he went out again. Oh. Poor Max. He's trying. On a side note, it's really warm in my room. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba. And in the left corner, I'm just going to start saying random things. Peggy Babcock. Unique New York. Uniquely New York.
You there?
Hey.
I totally jinxed me. I was the last thing I said that, we may be in the clear, and then got that.
Literally was like, yeah, I think we're in the clear, and then it just died.
Well, in that case, do you think we should hold off on the actual review?
Yeah, maybe that was figured out. That may have been a sign. Oh man, I think it just cut out. Okay, I think I'm just gonna end it. Just want to say though, if you did stick around for this past 28 minutes or so that we've been streaming, I think actually 43 minutes. Wow, time flies. I do appreciate you all. I know Max also really appreciates you all. If you did stick around, we definitely apologize for the mishap that was going on. But we're gonna try to see if we can figure out these issues. And we'll definitely be back again.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I know we're ending it, but yeah, if we want, we can hold off on moving this one to YouTube and the other streaming services, and we'll just kind of. Thankfully, we didn't get into the meat of the stuff, and we can just touch on the entertainment again. But
for sure,
we'll try again soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully, I'll get a better connection.
Definitely. All right. Well, if you're here and you're listening to us live, stay tuned for next week. We'll see you all again.
Thanks for joining.